For several reasons, England has been a destination that I have been eager to visit. Never having been to the country, my recent friendship with a musician based in Newcastle had strengthened my decision to go. With his band, the Black Eyed Sons, having just commenced their UK tour, I was particularly interested to catch their final show in London. Additionally, I was interested in visiting Birmingham, a city renowned for its association with the origins of heavy metal and iconic figures such as Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, and many more. Thus, my trip to London was imminent. After arriving in London and checking into my hotel, which was just 1 block from the Euston train station, I purchased a first-class train ticket to Birmingham. I was amazed at how well their train system operates. What a nice, smooth, and fast ride it was to Birmingham. In 2022, Birmingham hosted the quadrennial Commonwealth Games, introducing a massive mechanical bull during the opening ceremony. Standing 33 feet tall and weighing 2.5 tons, the gargantuan creature amazed many viewers before seemingly fading into oblivion. That is, until he made a triumphant return to Birmingham in July 2023. Though the bull was to be dismantled after the Games, people on social media campaigned for its preservation, helping it find a new permanent home in the city. The Raging Bull was officially given the name of Ozzy after none other than the former lead singer of Black Sabbath, who grew up in Birmingham. Unveiled by Ozzy Osbourne's wife Sharon and sister Jean, Ozzy the Bull stands towering above passengers at Birmingham New Street Station, a new beloved icon of the city. Just outside the Birmingham New Street Station is the Crown Pub. This is considered the birthplace of heavy metal. This is the place where Black Sabbath played their first shows while the band was still named Earth and later changed to Black Sabbath. The building is no longer occupied and remains empty, but it will be refurbished sometime in the future since this is a historical site. The Crown, built in 1881, hosted a litany of musical royalty, including The Who, Status Quo, UB40, Duran Duran, Thin Lizzy, Mark Bolan, Supertramp, Judas Priest, and a number of Robert Plant's pre-Led Zeppelin bands. It is often compared to the Cavern Club in Liverpool, which helped launch the Beatles. Black Sabbath guitarist Toni Iommi, whose band played many of their first gigs at the Crown, said, "Cities all over the UK are protecting their musical heritage. Birmingham shouldn't be left behind." The Crown has huge significance to us and many other successful acts. It was one of very few venues that supported the emerging rock scene with a blues club and was home to our first ever gig. A few blocks away is the Black Sabbath Wall Mural that was completed in June of 2025. All 4 members of Black Sabbath signed the wall, and those signatures are protected with a plexiglass covering. Commissioned by Central BID Birmingham and created by Birmingham-born and now globally renowned Mr. Murals, the eye-catching mural has already been stopping visitors in their tracks, but it reached a whole new level of significance as Ozzy Osbourne, Toni Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward gathered to add their names to the bricks and give their personal seal of approval. The mural, just steps from New Street Station, is fast becoming one of the city's most photographed landmarks and a must-visit selfie spot for fans making the pilgrimage to Birmingham during the Summer of Sabbath.
We did the Sabbath got together, the original Sabbath, and we were presented with the Freedom of the City from Birmingham, which was absolutely amazing. I mean, I never thought we'd ever get that. which is a great honour. And also around Birmingham, they've done Summer of Sabbath, which meant that they had a lot of paintings around of Sabbath on the walls, and it was really good, and all Birmingham became sort of a Sabbath city. It was really great seeing Ozzy, Bill and Geezer for Freedom of the City. And at that point, of course, we were into rehearsals for the Back to the Beginning show at the Villa Grounds in Birmingham. And the amount of bands that turned up to support Sabbath on that was just fantastic. What a great event. And of course, it raised a lot of money for charity. It's just unfortunate and sad that Ozzy passed away a couple of weeks after that, which, may he rest in peace.
The Black Sabbath Bench is a heavy metal bench on Broad Street, which sits above the bridge off Canal Street and celebrates Birmingham's best-known rock band. It was opened in 2019 by Toni Iommi and Geezer Butler in a blaze of publicity following a canal trip through Gas Street. The idea for the bench came from a superfan, Mohammed Osam, an architect. There are images of the 4 founding members of the band: Toni Iommi, lead guitarist; Ozzy Osbourne, singer; Geezer Butler; and Bill Ward, drummer. The bridge was reinstalled after refurbishment in January 2021. Following Ozzy Osbourne's death in July 2025, fans transformed Birmingham's Black Sabbath bench on Broad Street into a massive memorial, covering it and the bridge with flowers, heartfelt notes, artwork, and memorabilia. A tradition continued during his funeral procession where his family joined the tributes, with city officials now preserving these poignant offerings. The Ozzy Osbourne Working Class Hero exhibition opened at Birmingham Museum and Art Gallery on June 25th to coincide with Black Sabbath's farewell concert at Villa Park on July 5th. He died 2 weeks later on July 22nd. Initially, the free exhibition was due to close on Sunday, September 28th, but demand from the public has caused the museum to display the exhibition until Sunday, January 18th, to allow for more fans to see it. Since the exhibition's opening, the museum has seen over 96,000 visitors through its doors. It will continue to be on display with the support of the Osbourne family. In the wake of Ozzy's death, the museum was home to the official Book of Condolence for the Black Sabbath frontman, which is now closed. The free exhibition was developed in partnership with Central BID Birmingham and showcases some of Osbourne's most prestigious international honors. These including Grammy Awards, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame accolades, MTV Awards, Hollywood Walk of Fame and Birmingham Walk of Stars honors, and a selection of his platinum and gold discs. There is also photography and video that the museum says chart his journey from a working class kid from Aston to the world's most recognizable global rock legend. Opening the exhibition in June, Sharon Osbourne said, "I can't begin to tell you how much I love it. Everything has come from this city." She said she hoped the exhibition would inspire young Brummies and make them think, if Ozzy did it, I can do it too. Ozzy grew up in a modest two-bedroom home on Lodge Road with 5 siblings, 3 sisters, and 2 brothers. Life was crowded and chaotic, but also full of character. The Osbourne family didn't have much money, and Ozzy often described their home as a place where you had to queue to use the bathroom. In this clip from 1995, Ozzy points out the carvings he made in the bricks. One says Iron Void, which he thought would be a good name for a band, and he carved his name John above that. I felt a little uncomfortable recording out on the front steps, and I think I didn't look in the right spot for the carvings. The funeral procession carrying Ozzy Osbourne and his loved ones made a poignant detour down the road where he grew up. 2 police outriders led the procession into Lodge Road, Aston, a side street less than a third of a mile from Villa Park's Trinity Road stand, during its journey into central Birmingham. The hearse and the following funeral cars slowed as they passed the property, adorned with a picture of Osbourne and numerous other tributes, including a balloon, as a handful of fans and well-wishers paid their respects from the pavement. Speaking to the media before the procession arrived, Mohabbat Ali Zaman, the owner of the terraced house where the then John Michael Osbourne was raised, paid tribute to the late music star as a legend who was a true Brummie. The Back to the Beginning concert was a historic 10-hour farewell event held on July 5, 2025 at Villa Park in Birmingham, England. It served as the final live performance for both the legendary heavy metal band Black Sabbath and its lead singer, Ozzy Osbourne. The event marked the first time the original Black Sabbath lineup, Ozzy Osbourne, Toni Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward, performed together live since 2005. A 100-minute film, Back to the Beginning, Ozzy's Final Bow, is scheduled for a theatrical release in early 2026, followed by DVD and Blu-ray. I wish I could have gotten some better footage of the stadium, but it was raining and my Uber driver was impatient. Unfortunately, there was not enough time in the day to see everything I wanted to see in Birmingham, plus the rain didn't help at all, but I was satisfied in what I was able to see. I made my way back to the Birmingham New Street Station and caught the train back to London. Once again, I was very impressed with their train system. Once I was back in London, it was just a short walk back to my hotel.
This is a safety announcement. Due to today's inclement weather, please take extra care whilst on the station. Surfaces may be slippery.
Walking back to the hotel on a rainy, somewhat foggy night in London was just classic. I can see another trip to England for me in the future. I thoroughly enjoyed this trip. I made new friends and saw some very famous and historical sites, some of which were on my bucket list, like seeing Abbey Road Studios and crossing Abbey Road. All in all, a very successful trip. Thanks for joining me and for watching the video.